for challenge 1, the theme was the power of makeup. Now, for me, makeup means creativity, being bold, using color, thinking outside the box, and really just not holding back. Knowing that there isn't any right or wrong and that makeup is a form of art. I think it's important to make sure that whether we have no makeup on in natural beauty or we are all glammed out, that we are comfortable in our own skin and just we're confident with who we are. And I just love using makeup to be able to bring out my personality. I wanted to stick with primary colors for this look because they are very bold and everything that we create comes out of those primary colors, the red, yellow, and blue. On the artistic side of makeup, I really love using different materials, and whether it's like glitter or rhinestones, I use this like unconventional material of the mirrors to amp up my look, just to really show that there aren't any boundaries and that you can think outside of the box and create something really cool. Don't be scared to be bold, don't be scared to use color. I hope you guys enjoy my interpretation of the power of makeup and what makeup means to me. So this is very, very, very important. Since I did make the top 30, this challenge is to move on to the top 20. You're able to vote 3 times a day, every day, per email account, and voting is from May 18th to May 24th. So every single day this week, make sure you guys are on there voting for me. I would really, really appreciate the support and the help to make it into the next round. All you have to do is go to www.faceawards.com. My voting name is under Makeup Madhouse, so make sure you guys give that a click. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and this tutorial and my overall makeup design. Alright, let's get right into our challenge 1 makeup tutorial. I'm going to start by slicking my hair back with the middle part. I really want to highlight the face with this look, so I don't want the hair to be any distraction. Next, I'm going in with my Vichy mineral products, and on the natural side, I'm creating a beautiful foundation for my skin to glow and shine. And then on the makeup side, I'm using the NYX Angel Veil, which feels so creamy and luxurious on your face under your foundation. I use a couple drops of the Total Control foundation in Buff and Classic Tan for my skin color. You can vary the coverage based on how much foundation drops you apply. If you want it to be sheer, it can be sheer, or if you want it to be full coverage, just load it on. Here I'm using my NYX HD concealer and putting that under my eyes, and then really packing in the mineral Set It, Don't Fret It powder onto that concealer. Now while I'm letting that sit, I'm using the NYX Wonder Stick and just doing a contour. This is going to give it a little bit of an airbrushed look and a base for applying powder contour later. I'm just lightly blending that in with my finger and then going in with a damp beauty blender to blend out the rest on the face. Here I'm using my lovely fluffy NYX brush and putting on the mineral powder. And then for brows, I'm using the Tame & Frame in Espresso and a really thin angled brush to start under my brow and then going throughout the rest of the brow and creating really tiny hair strokes at the front end of it. I'm darkening it to create a very dramatic brow with some black eyeshadow. And then to clean up underneath, I use the NYX HD concealer and then bring that downward. Here we're really going to deepen the contour with the NYX Professional Makeup Highlight and Contour Pro palette. And then I'm using the Ombre Blush in Soft Flush. And I'm going to use the Born to Glow and Strobe of Genius. I'm using a bunch of different shades, putting that on my cheekbone, my nose, above my lip, and then also on my forehead. And there's the look so far, a nice clean base, all glammed up. And then I put the HD concealer on my eyelid to prep that, and I'm using different NYX eyeshadow palettes, starting with some yellow in the inner corner and then a lighter yellow under the brow bone. I'm pulling that up onto my forehead. I'm using the NYX SFX Cream Color as a base for the red on my eyelid. And first I warmed it up with my finger and then started applying that with my finger. I'm also using a dragging motion to pull that down. Here I'm using a really stiff paintbrush and applying with some brush strokes. I'm pulling it back into my hairline to continue the design onto the side of my head. Here I'm deepening with a little bit of red eyeshadow. And then I'm going under the eye with a really bright blue from the NYX Avant Pop palette. I'm taking the NYX SFX cream color in blue and dragging that through my hair, starting right at my hairline to create a dramatic half and half effect. And then once again, using the yellow and going through where a highlight would be on the side of my head. I'm going over with some really gold eyeshadow and then also some shimmery blue eyeshadow just to make it pop, and then carrying that blue design onto the forehead. I'm adding a touch of gold in my inner corner and then carrying that down on my forehead as well. Next up, we're going to finish the eyes, and I use the Epic Ink eyeliner in black by NYX, and it is so smooth and it glides right on your eye. It's also waterproof. I really love this liner. Definitely go try it out. And then after creating that nice wing, I'm going over top of it with the NYX Vivid Brights in Sapphire. And it's a super pigmented liner, absolutely lovely to top over a black eyeliner. I'm using the NYX Jumbo Pencil to go in my waterline, and then using the double stack mascara on my upper and lower lashes. As you can see, I put one black layer on, then I use the white fibers, and then I go back with the black, and it sticks on super well and builds that double layer that we're looking for. Here I'm using a very thin layer of glue on my NYX Wicked Lashes in Amplified. To do the lips, we're using the Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, and definitely a turn on waterproof Extreme Color Lip Liner. And that shade is Red Tape, and we're going over that with the Intense Butter Gloss, which I'm obsessed with, and the shade is Apple Crisp. Now I'm using NYX Glitter Glue and patting that onto different spots throughout the makeup design and adding glitter on top. Also, I'm using the NYX Roll-On Shimmers, which I'm absolutely in love with, and I've been using those for a very long time. Now I'm using liquid latex to apply different rhinestones in gold, yellow, red, and blue. As you can see here, I am putting liquid latex in my hair, which I would not advise doing for many of you. If you would like to put rhinestones in your hair, I would suggest hot gluing them onto a bobby pin and then putting that bobby pin in your hair. Here I'm doing some final retouches on highlight, just amping it up, and then darkening that brow and redefining those front hairs of the brow. I'm using the NYX Makeup Remover Wipe and creating that really defined line where my makeup and natural skin starts and end. I'm using the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray to complete my makeup look for my face. Carrying the design down the neck, I use yellow, blue, and red body paints, and you can have a very free hand with these brush strokes for this to have a very artistic look. You can use different shimmery eyeshadows to pop out areas of the design. I add a highlight onto my collarbone and then a very clean black line underneath. Now from here, I'm going to do a lot of different triangle designs. This kind of represents how there's a lot of technique and skill when you're doing makeup, but also you can think outside of the box, and that's where all the color comes in, and you can color outside the lines. So that's where a little bit of my representation came with that. So I fill in a bunch of the random triangles with red, yellow, and blue, and then I go back and clean those up. Here I'm creating a base with the same primary colors on my arm all the way down and blending those into my skin. Here I'm adding more of the triangle designs. It kind of reminds me a little bit of stained glass, Also origami, and then my last thought was that it's a little bit like armor, but that's just me. Here I'm using liquid latex and applying a bunch more rhinestones because we can never be too shiny. And now I'm using this very flimsy mirror that I bought at a craft store and cutting it into different shapes of triangles. I'm just messing with the reflection on it because it's very hypnotizing. So I just use liquid latex and find different areas that I painted where the triangles fit in place. So much for watching my video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to NYX Professional Makeup and all the sponsors for hosting this fantastic competition. I still cannot believe that I made the top 30. This is absolutely insane. And thank you. I appreciate you, all of my supporters and my fans, my friends and family, for being there for me and just pushing me to do my best. This has been a lot more overwhelming and a lot more pressure than I ever thought it would be, but I'm loving every moment of it and really enjoying all of it. So make sure you guys go out and vote so I can make the top 20. I really hope I can show you guys what I can do and really push myself for the next challenge. I would be so ecstatic, and yeah, just a huge thank you to all of you. Thank you for watching. I said thank you. How many times did I say thank you in that? Alright, bye.